What is up, Ladder Climbers? Antoine Wade here from Elevate to the Unknown and NextGenHeights.com, and it is Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025, 7 a.m. Central, week 5, day 2. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic start to your morning, but we got 3 numbers today, and that's all you need to understand what is happening right now. Number 1. It is day 35, and today we just tied the longest government shutdown in the United States history. 35 days, that was the record. December 2018 through January 2019. Trump's first term. Today is day 35. We tied it. Tomorrow we break it. Never been longer before. 249 year of the American history. And tomorrow we set a new record. Number 2, 42 million Americans. Yesterday, they got their food benefits, SNAP, food stamps, whatever you call it. Government released $4.65 billion. That sounds like a lot, right? Sounds like a lot, but wrong. It's only half, 50% of what they're supposed to get. And it's going to take weeks to reach people. Maybe even months. States got to reprogram their computers. They have to reprogram their certification codes, all that sort of stuff. New people who applied in November, $0. They don't get anything. 42 million people getting half of their money, half of their food money. The third thing that I want you guys to remember, 16,700 flights. That's how many flights got delayed this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Worst air traffic weekend since this shutdown started. People miss connections. People miss hotels. 3-hour lines at TSA in Houston. 3 hours just to go through security. And yesterday, ground stops in Dallas and Houston. Planes couldn't take off. Controllers not showing up. Can't work without pay. These guys have to drive Uber. So they said, you know what? I'm not going to come to work. I need to make some money. So they're doing other things to make money and not showing up to work. But Marcus Thompson, 41 years old, Charlotte, North Carolina. Thursday, he crushed his round 2 interview at Bank of America. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday. And guess what? The recruiter called him on yesterday as well. Marcus, we want you to meet the VP. Round 3, November the 13th, 9 days from now, in person at the office. And somebody else who watches this show on a daily basis and probably watching right now. Or maybe that was a month ago. Or maybe that was you a month ago. They got 4 Oracle certifications in 5 days. Last week of October, while working a full-time job. Stayed up till 3 in the morning studying on a tablet. Made a 23-minute video about it. Posted it online. Said this, direct quote, "I watch Antoine Wade's show. He kept talking about the Oracle certifications. I finally decided to do it." I want you guys to do something. If this crisis is real, we are on day 35. Type crisis in the chat. Okay? Type wins in the chat if people are still advancing and people are still winning in this community, if people are still winning despite what's going on. Today, I'm feeling a lot better than I did on yesterday. And I'm going to show you the full day 35 breakdown. We just tied the record, what broke overnight, what's breaking right now, the food benefits mess, the flight delays when this ultimately may end. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And then I'm going to be talking about Business Insider. They published 3 articles this morning before 5 a.m. Ex-Amazon recruiter says this is the toughest job market she's ever seen, ever. Gives you 3 steps to stand out. We talked about an Army soldier on yesterday. Well, his article, another article came out about him in Business Insider, and it validates what we talked about on yesterday. Johnny Vargas featured in an article this morning, published this morning. We're also going to be talking about Salesforce. Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, he bet billions on AI, and it is failing. And I got the numbers to prove it. Then we're going to get into Marcus. What happened in round 2? Why Oracle mattered. What round 3 means. Then we're going to be talking about the viewer of this show, how he was able to go about getting 4 certifications in a week in 5 days, his exact strategy, why he thanked this show. He thanked us, guys. And then what you can do this week. There's job fairs going on. There's free training that's going on. There's opportunities available right now. Okay. The crisis is real. The opportunity is real. Both are happening at the same time. This is a Daily Climb show. We are on week 5, day 2. I want you guys to position yourself before the panic. Let's climb today. But before you do that, let's see who's all in the house. We got north, south, east, west in the house. We got Jason in the house. Good to see you. We got Andre Oliver in the house. Good to see you. Win, win, win. I like it. We got Topaz in the house. We got Ant Dog in the house saying top of the morning. Get your workout in, Ant Dog. You get it done today. We got the life of Cam in the house. Good to see you, my brother. We got Topaz and Big Suggs in the house. Good to see you guys. Fantastic. We got SS Quote in the house as well, too. Guys, we got Wendy in the house. Good to see you, Wendy. It is a fantastic day. Let's jump into our first segment, guys, okay? You guys are going to learn a lot today. You're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a good one. All right, let me break this down. Let me explain what's happening right now, because I'm seeing people confused. I'm seeing people not understanding how bad this is getting. So let me make it clear. The day 35, okay? Day 35 is today. That means we just tied the longest government shutdown in American history. The old record, December 22nd, 2018 through January 25th, 2019. 35 days. That was Trump's first term. The fight over the border wall funding. You guys remember that? Many of you guys remember that vividly because that was going on and many of you were impacted by it. Today is day 35 and we tied it. Tomorrow, we break the record. Now, let me show you who this is all impacting. Okay? We have 900 workers furloughed, 900,000 workers furloughed. That's a fancy word for saying sitting at home, not allowed to work, not getting paid. We have 2 million federal workers working without pay. Every day they have to show up. TSA agents, checking your bags, air traffic controllers, guiding the planes, Border Patrol, Coast Guard, National Park Rangers. They are all working, but not getting paid. Total affected, 2.4 million people. That's not just a number on the screen. That's 2.4 million real people with real mortgages, real rent, with kids, with car payments, with rent due. It's still the first of the month, right? It's November the 4th. It's 4 days after the first of the month. And all the bills are due. And here's what makes it worse. The congressional budget, CBO, they ran the numbers. Economic damage from the shutdown, $7 to $14 billion permanent. Permanent means it's gone, never coming back. The economy loses that money forever. Not 7 to 14 billion that we will recover, 7 to 14 billion that is gone. Okay? Now let me tell you about the food benefits, because this one is kind of the one that makes me angry. Monday, yesterday, the government announced that they are releasing $4.6 billion SNAP benefits, supplemental nutrition assistance program, food stamps, whatever you want to call it, right? 4.65 billion. Sounds great, right? Okay, man, that's a lot of money compared, with all the people who are needing the food or whatnot. It's a lot of money. $4.65 billion. Wrong. Here's what they are not telling you in the headlines. 42 million Americans are on SNAP. They are getting half of their normal benefits, not full. Half. That's 50%. Now, many of you guys may say, hey, you know what? That's good enough. There's some records out there and some statistic data out there that said people who own SNAP benefits, they're eating real good, eating healthy, right? But if you are supposed to get $200 a month for food, you are getting $100. If you are supposed to get $400, you are getting $200, half. That's what's happening right now. And here's the second part that they're not telling you. It's going to take weeks to get to people, maybe months. Why is that? Well, the reason is because states, they have to reprogram their computer systems. Every state is different. California is doing it based on case numbers. Rhode Island is doing it based on the first of the month. Other states, who knows how they're doing it. So even though they announced that they're going to be paying half, you might not see that money until December. And there's a lot of frustration going on about it. I want to show you guys what's going on in the news, what PBS NewsHour is talking about day 35. Check this out.
Welcome to the NewsHour. As the federal government shutdown enters its 34th day, a critical safety net for millions of Americans, that's food aid, has run out for the moment.
But today, a partial lifeline. The Trump administration says it will soon resume making some food aid payments. That's after 2 judges ruled that the government must keep the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, running. Millions of Americans still are facing hurdles and questions about when they'll start receiving those benefits again. Lisa Desjardins has the latest on that and the shutdown.
People trying to get some food for the family.
In New York over the weekend, a noticeable queue winding around a local food bank.
We have a very long line today, usually, more than usual, because of all the challenges that people are going through.
As SNAP benefits went into limbo Saturday, that line was not unique. This is a nonprofit in Somerville, Massachusetts.
This week we've seen about approximately a 15 to 20% uptick in number of guests that we've seen in our pantry.
15 to 20% increase. People standing out there in the cold with warm weather, with warm jackets on, trying to keep warm, waiting to get some food because they're hungry. They didn't get their SNAP benefits. They didn't get their EBT cards. They didn't get funded on their EBT cards. So at the beginning of the month, where all that money is typically hits, they don't have it. They don't have it. So now they got to go to food banks. And what does that do? That causes even more challenges because food banks are running out of money and they don't get the funding as well. So this is a crisis right now. Let's continue on.
A lot of people have donated to us in the past couple of days, which is very helpful.
Today, the Trump administration responded to a court order saying it will pay benefits this month, but at roughly half the usual amount. And it's not clear when recipients will see those funds. More than 40 million Americans depend on SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, to help them get by each month, including single mother of 4, Heather Ann Falta.
I'm working 10, 11-hour days, sometimes 6 days a week. And that's just to meet bill requirements. So the fact that my food budget is gone is seriously disheartening.
SNAP costs about $8 billion per month. It is out of normal operating funds because of the shutdown. The contingency fund, approved by Congress, still has more than $4.6 billion in it, but that won't cover a full month. Last week, 2 federal judges ordered the administration to use that to keep SNAP payments flowing. The Trump administration says that will happen, but the process of loading SNAP cards can take up to 2 weeks in some states. For one SNAP recipient at a food bank near St. Paul, Minnesota, the delay is alarming.
My wife died. The prices of foods went up, and boy, I had to get them that SNAP, and I'm glad I'm getting it. But now the government wants to take it away from us, and I feel that we need it. We're old. I just want to have the government know, don't take them away from me, otherwise you're sentencing me to death.
Don't take it away from me, otherwise you're sentencing me to death, Ronald said. Wife died, retired, old, need that SNAP, needs food. Otherwise, if you take it away from me, he says, you're sentencing me to death. I can't survive. This is what's going on right now in the real world. This is what's happening in your backyard that you may not even know about. Your neighbor could be affected by this. You have no idea. But this is what's going on. Okay? You have leaders of this country choosing not to do the right thing. So it's impacting a whole bunch of people. There's a class divide right now. People who have all kinds of money don't even have to worry about this sort of stuff. And there's people right now who are literally struggling, waiting in the cold out there in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Rhode Island, standing in line, food bank pantries, all kinds of stuff. It's cold up there. I'm going to tell you like this. It's starting to get cold down here in San Antonio, and it is 78 degrees. When you go from 98, 97, 94 degrees, and all of a sudden you drop in the 70s, it's cold. So standing out there in those lines looking for food, that's not a good situation to be in. It's cold. It's cold. That's what's happening. Let it continue.
Also today, news that the Trump administration found some $450 million for the WIC program that provides nutrition to women, infants, and children. Sources on Capitol Hill and the National WIC Association said that could last another 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the growing effects of the shutdown pose concerns elsewhere. And at Houston's airport, massive lines ran throughout the weekend as fewer TSA agents came to work. Today, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned of more problems as air traffic controllers continue to work without pay.
We are 2,000 to 3,000 air traffic controllers short. I'm trying to put more air traffic controllers into the system. And what this is doing is making it more challenging and actually taking controllers out of the system. So I think this has long-term impacts.
The fact is very simple.
Back in Washington, party leaders still are not negotiating. House Speaker Mike Johnson again insisted Democrats must reopen the government first before any bigger deals can be struck.
Still fighting. But they're not fighting for you. They are not fighting for you. Here's the issue, right? If you want to, let's just say they're looking for additional money for people who will be impacted by the Obamacare situation, right? Subsidies ending, all that sort of stuff, right? Let's just say that's the case. There's more people that are not using that are being impacted. It almost makes you want to look at the other side and say, what are you doing? Do you really care? Do you really care? And one side is saying, I'm not giving in to what you're asking for. But if you had any common sense and you start to look behind what's really going on, what you'll find out is that neither care for you. Neither care for you. That's it. That's the reality of it. When you're hurting, nobody's coming to your rescue. Ronald, wife passed away, old and retired. He's waiting on the snap. He's basically saying that the government cuts that off. They're sentencing him to death. Ain't that something? And neither one side of your leaders are working together to make this thing better. People waiting 3 hours in line at the Houston airport. My man Kamal, he's heading overseas on Friday. Might be delayed. You better get there early, Kamal. Get through security. Otherwise, you might be delayed. You might not be going over to that nice little fancy warm country that you're going to. Get there early, my man.
Schumer and Jeffries and their colleagues fear political retribution from the far left activists in their party more than they fear the consequences of keeping the government closed for weeks on end.
This as enrollment season has begun for millions of Americans who get health care from the Affordable Care Act, even as they face uncertainty about final costs. Democrats want to extend subsidies, which run out in weeks, and they want Republicans to call the House back to session.
They're on a taxpayer-funded vacation while hardworking federal employees have been furloughed or being forced to work without pay.
While Washington remains at an impasse, millions of Americans wait, some of them in long lines on their feet.
Waiting. Long lines on your feet. Here's the thing about the SNAP situation, right? Because these guys are standing here waiting for food, new applicants, people who got approved for SNAP in November because maybe they got laid off. Maybe whatever it is, they got impacted by the shutdown. They are getting $0. They are getting nothing because there's no money set aside for new people. Only existing recipients get the 50%. So if you lost your job, you applied for food assistance, you got approved, too bad, you get zero. You know how this happened? Federal judges, they forced the Trump administration to do this. Rhode Island judge, Massachusetts judge, court order said, you gotta fund this program. Without those court orders, they wouldn't have done it. The government had to be forced by the judges to give people half of their food money. And we already talked about the air traffic control. You talked about it in the video. Because if you traveled last Friday, last Saturday, last Sunday, you felt this. 16,700 flights were delayed. 2,282 flights got canceled. That's one weekend. That's 3 days. And here's why it happened. Well, air traffic controllers. Air traffic controllers. The people who are in the towers, guiding the planes, they work for the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. They haven't been paid since the shutdown started. So that's October the 1st. That's 34 days, 35 days ago. And they are basically reaching a breaking point. 98 staffing trigger notifications. That's a technical term. It means we don't have enough people to safely manage the air traffic. 98 times this weekend, different airports, different regions. We can't safely do this. Friday, New York City, the area airports, LaGuardia, JFK, Newark, 80% of controllers didn't show up. That's 80%. You think they're sending a message? If 80% of them don't show up, they're basically saying, you know what? I'm going to teach you guys something. And here's the thing. Can't force people to work when you're not paying them. You can't force people to work when you're not paying them. Monday, yesterday, Dallas Love Field, ground stop. Planes couldn't take off. Not enough controllers. Houston Hobby, ground stop. Same thing. TSA check lines. Houston, Bush, Intercontinental Airport, 3 hours, 3-hour wait just to go through security. People missing flights, people missing connections, people missing hotels that they already paid for. And you know what the transportation secretary said? Pete Duffy, Secretary of Transportation, he said this on yesterday. We would shut down the airspace if it becomes unsafe. We are not there yet. Not there yet. Ain't that something? Not there just yet. But just imagine if 80% decided to not to show up outside of New York. So when the transportation secretary says we're not shutting down airspace yet, that's not reassuring. It's kind of terrifying, to be honest with you. Air Traffic Controllers Union, the NATCA, they put out a statement on yesterday. The system is at a breaking point. Controllers are exhausted, working mandatory overtime with no pay. We cannot sustain this much longer. Just imagine you working overtime and you get paid. Air traffic controllers make a whole bunch of money. I just recorded a video on how much money they get paid, and they get paid a lot of money. I'm talking about a minimum of $112,000 a year and a maximum of over $200,000 a year. Plus, they only have to work maybe 22 to 25 years. Then they receive a full pension and full health care benefits and so forth. Just imagine you're getting paid all this extra overtime, and your overtime is, let's say, $75 an hour, right? You're used to that. You got the holidays coming up. It's Thanksgiving coming up. You got Christmas. You want to start planning all your trips and so forth. You can't do that because you don't have any money. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you know you got a pretty stable job, you're used to comfortable living paycheck to paycheck, right? But when you go miss a month of money, that starts to add up. Thanksgiving is 3 weeks away. Christmas travel is coming. We're at a breaking point. Now, is there hope? Is anyone trying to fix this? Maybe. The Senate came back on Monday, 3 p.m. They met, but they didn't vote. No vote happened. But something did happen on Monday night. 8 moderate Democrats, they met privately. No Republicans in the room yet. But this is the first time that Democrats having serious talks amongst themselves. They are working on a framework, a plan. Here's what it might look like. A revised stopgap funding bill extends to December or January and keeps the government open short term. Schedule a vote on the Affordable Care Act, ACA, Obamacare. Let the Republicans vote on it. That's what they want. Trump agrees to meet with the Democrat leaders, negotiate long term. That's the framework. That's what they are discussing. John Thune, Republican senator from South Dakota, Senate Majority Leader, he said on Monday, I'm optimistic, but I'm not confident. Optimistic, but not confident. Translation, that means maybe, but probably not. They could vote Thursday. If they reach a deal, that's 2 days from now. But they already failed 11 times already. 11 votes, 11 failures. What makes you think that number 12 is going to work? Type vote in the chat if you think Thursday works. Type fail in the chat if you think it won't. I'm typing fail in the chats right now because I know that it won't. Too many egos in the way. Too much pain that they want to cause. Too much I don't give a F about you is what they're saying. They want you to know that. But let me bring this all together. We are on day 35. Longest shutdown in American history starting tomorrow. 900,000 people sitting at home, no pay. 2 million people working, no pay. 42 million people getting half of their food stamp money. And we don't even know when they're going to get it. So they have to stand in line to get some food after the judges forced it. It could take 2 weeks to arrive in their account. It could take 3 weeks, take it 4 weeks. They might not get it at all. 16,000 flights delayed. One weekend, ground stops happening on Monday. 3-hour TSA lines, air traffic systems at a breaking point. Senate, optimistic but not confident. Might vote Thursday, already failed 11 times. This is where we are at November the 4th, 2025. And nobody knows when it's going to end. If you guys think the system is broken, type broken in the chat. Okay? I think the system's broken. And it's broken bad. But that's the crisis. That's what's breaking right now. But here's what I'm about to show you. I scour Business Insider early in the morning after my workout to see what's going on. And 3 articles popped up. They were all published this morning before 5 a.m. An ex-Amazon recruiter worked there for 2016 to 2017. Now she runs a career coaching business. She said this in the article. This is the toughest job market that she has ever seen in her entire career. But she gave you 3 steps, 3 things that you can do to stand out anyway. Then we're going to talk about an Army story, and it validates what we talked about on yesterday with Johnny Vargas. Full article published this morning. Then we're going to talk about Salesforce. Mark Benioff, he bet billions on AI agents. He fired 4,000 support people and hired, salespeople. Their stock is down 20%. I got all the details. You got a crisis on one side, but here's another side of the story, and I'm about to show you both. I want you guys to stay with me in this segment coming up, okay? Business Insider. I got to say, they are my go-to source for real career stories, real people, real salaries, real evidence. This morning, before 5 a.m., they published 3 articles. I want to show you all 3 because they all matter. The first article, published at 4:05 a.m. this morning. Lindsay Mustin. She's in her 40s. Okay? She lives in Washington State. 2016 to 2017, she worked at Amazon as a recruiter. Her job was finding top talent and bringing people into Amazon. Now, she runs her own career coaching business. Started in 2017. So she's been in the job market from both sides. As a recruiter, hiring people, and as a coach, helping people to get hired. And here's what she said about the job market. She says this is the toughest job market that she has ever seen for the average job seeker. I want you guys to hear that. A recruiter for Amazon, and a career coach is saying this is the toughest job market that she has ever seen for the average job seeker. Not tough, toughest ever in her entire career. Being 40 something years old, she's gone through some things. She's gone through the 2008 crisis, right? She's gone through tough times when the United States wasn't doing so good. Now, let me show you why it's the toughest, because she explains it. She says companies are not hiring like they used to. Used to be companies would overhire a lot of times, bring in extra people just in case. Not anymore. Now they are doing what she calls precise hiring, only hiring exactly who they need, exactly when they need them. And that means you gotta clearly demonstrate how you gotta save the company some money or make the company some money. That's basically what you gotta do. You gotta clearly demonstrate how you're gonna save the company some money or how you're gonna make the company some money. We talked about being on the cost side, the revenue generating side, right? We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. It's important. She's basically saying the exact same thing. She says this: you don't need to be saying I'm a hard worker. You don't need to be saying I'm a team player. Show the numbers, show them the money. She said most people have a resume problem, and it's not their fault because they've been taught wrong. Most resumes, they tell instead of show. Responsible for managing projects, that's telling. It doesn't show impact. Manage 5 projects that increase revenue by 2.3 million. That's showing, that's impact. There's a difference that's there, she's saying. Now here's her 3 steps. She calls it the intentional career design. I want you guys to write this down. If you are looking into finding a new job for 2026, you should be looking right now. You should be applying right now because this is a budget season. Because this is what Amazon recruiters look for. Step 1, 6-figure impact. For every $100,000 you want to make, you need at least $1 million of impact on your resume. Ooh, man, I love this one right here. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it when she said that. For every $100,000 that you want to make, you need at least $1 million of impact on your resume. I equate that almost to saying for me hiring a salesperson for $150,000 a year, I expect for them to bring in $1.2 million. For every $100,000 that you want to make, because people always talking about they want these 6-figure jobs, show $1 million of impact. You want 150,000? Show $1.5 million of impact. Revenue growth, cost savings, profit increase, risk reduction, efficiency gains. It doesn't matter what your job is, a support role, a manager role, an executive role. It doesn't matter. Show the money. I love this one. I absolutely love this one. Step 2, she says, marketing materials. Your resume, your LinkedIn, those are your marketing materials. And you got 6 seconds. That's it. 6 seconds for a recruiter to decide if they're going to read your materials or not. So your headline, they got to be clear. Your summary got to show that 7-figure impact immediately. LinkedIn profile picture. She said it drives views, even though people talk about bias, even though people say it's unfair. Profile pictures get you more views, period. Your headline can't just be project manager. It got to be project manager driving $2 million cost reductions through AI integrations. See the difference? Step 3, she talks about the hidden job market. Here's what most people don't understand. Recruiters. When Lindsay was at Amazon, she didn't wait for people to apply. Before a job even got approved, before it got posted, she was already sourcing candidates, already talking to people, already making her shortlist. By the time the job got posted, she already knew who she wanted to interview. That's the hidden job market. So you got to be in a room. You have to be of interest before the job is even posted. Now, how do you go about doing this? Well, you engage on LinkedIn. You share content. You comment on posts. You build relationships. Not, hey, can you help me get a job? That doesn't work. You have to build real relationships. So when a recruiter looks you up, they may see that you're active. They see that you're learning. They see that you're engaged. They're going to give you opportunities. Lindsay said this: you want to be in a room before you ever even express interest in a job. That's the game, she says. Day 35, toughest job market ever. Government shutdown. But ex-Amazon recruiter just gave you 3 steps to land a job in this day, in the toughest job market. You have to have a 7-figure impact. You have to have great marketing materials. You have to understand the hidden job market. That's how you win today. That's the playbook. If you guys are taking notes on this, type playbook in the chat. Type playbook in the chat. Second article, published at 4 a.m. this morning. This one was titled, "The Army is turning TikTok's famous soldiers to pump up recruiting, but it hit a snag." You remember, y'all, on yesterday's show, I told you about Johnny Vargas. Viva La Vargas, TikTok influencer, active duty Army, Fort Hood, Texas, right up the street from us in Killeen, right? He's building his brand. He's making content. He's growing his following. Today, Business Insider published a full article featuring him by his name. We told you yesterday. They confirmed it today. That's what I mean when I say this show keeps you ahead. Now, let me show you what this article says. Army started a trial program. 8 soldiers, all vetted, all active duty, all got big social media followings. 3 of them at Fort Hood: Austin Van Lakeman, Johnny Vargas, Rosalana Suyak. Army spent $22,000 travel and lodging, brought them to Washington, D.C. in June, Army's 250th birthday. Here's what happened. Their content from that event reached 40 million people. That's 40 million, guys. That's a lot of people. 2 million engagements, comments, likes, shares. 72,000 new followers across the Army social media. That's 3 times more than usual. 265,000 visits to the Army website. $22,000 spent, 40 million people reached. You got to think about the traditional Army advertising. Super Bowl ad costs millions, reaches few followers, way more expensive. 3 soldiers, $22K. They have 40 million views, 40 million reach. That's a lot. Tell me if that's efficient for you guys tonight. If you guys think that's efficient, type efficient in the chat. But here's the problem. Because you always know that there's going to be a problem. The program is paused right now. It's under ethics review. Why? Because there's a gray area. Soldiers making money from their content, selling merch, t-shirts, mugs, ad revenue from their videos. Matter of fact, you guys, I know many of you guys are sitting there watching this show right now and drinking coffee. Go on over to the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel after this and buy yourself a coffee mug. A Daily Climb mug. While I'm sipping my coffee, you be sipping your coffee. We'll be coffee sippy buddies. Listen to each other talk. I listen to your chat. I read your chat. You listen to me talk. It's a win-win for both. But soldiers making money from their content, selling merch, t-shirts, all kinds of things, getting ad revenue from their videos, all while in uniform, representing the Army. Is that allowed? Is that ethical? Is there a conflict of interest? The Army doesn't know. The Department of Defense doesn't have clear guidelines. Colonel Chris Sailing, she oversees this program. She said this: it's a complete gray zone. It's an area where we really have to figure out. So the program right now is on pause while they figure out the rules. But here's what matters. The Army sees the value: 40 million reach, 72,000 followers for $22,000. They're not shutting it down. They're pausing it to figure out how to do it right. Johnny Vargas, he's building his brand. The Army trying to catch up with the rules. That's the pattern. People build, systems figure it out later. We told you about this yesterday. Business Insider confirmed it this morning. Type Vargas if the system's always behind, because you always know the systems are behind. I think about the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. Systems way behind. Got a strike on a video. Won the appeal. Now they want to strike me again on the same video. Don't make sense. Systems behind. AI systems getting in place. Now I need to talk to a human. They have to reverse it. Cross your fingers. We'll be back live tomorrow morning. That's what's happening. Third article, published 3:11 a.m. this morning. This one was titled, Inside Salesforce Biggest Bet on AI Agents. Mark Benioff, Salesforce CEO, 1 year ago, November 2024. He said AI agents are about to change everything. He says this, a revolution that will fundamentally redefine how humans work, live, and connect. Revolution, redefine everything. He launched Agent Force, Salesforce AI product, showed a demo. Saks Fifth Avenue is using it. AI customer service rep, name it Sophie. Charming, patient, perfect. Stock surge 50%, hit an all-time high December 2024. Mark Benioff, he looked like a genius. 1 year later today, stock down 20% year to date, while Microsoft is up 24%. Oracle is up 55%. Agent Force is failing. Here are the numbers from their internal reports. Salesforce says they got 12,500 Agent Force customers. Sounds good, right? But fewer than half are paying customers. Most are on free trials, not paying. And get this, less than 2% of the total customers having more than 50 conversations per week with Agent Force. Less than 2%. Remember Sophie? The Saks Fifth Avenue AI agent from the demo? She's not live. Not as they showed her. Today, you call Saks Fifth customer service, you get a robotic voice, same technology banks using since the 1980s. Press 1 for this. Press 2 for that. That's not AI. That's an automated phone tree. So Mark Benioff, he bet the farm on AI. Billions of dollars. Entire company strategy. 1 year later, stock is down 20%. Less than 2% adoption. Sophie, the AI agent, is not real. And here's what makes it worse. Gartner. Many of you guys look at Gartner research for your company and see where they're at and if they're leaders and so forth, and use that data to determine if you're going to sell to the next customer and all this other stuff, right? You use it for validation. They predict 40% of AI projects will be canceled by the end of 2027. Why? The escalating cost, unclear business value, inadequate risk controls. MIT, they did a report. Companies spent $30 to $40 billion on generative AI. 95% see no return on investment, zero. So they spent billions and got nothing back. Salesforce employees, some of them told Business Insider, it's very difficult, even for people working on the products, to know the difference between what we say in a demo and what's on the roadmap and what's actually in production. Even employees don't know what's real and what's the demo. Any of you guys work for a company that did demos and it wasn't real? Type demo in the chat if you've seen that before. You ever had somebody actually produce a demo? Could have been PowerPoint slides, could be painted images, could be whatever it is, right? And it wasn't real yet. But here's why this matters to you. Is Salesforce, with billions of dollars, with Mark Benioff, with top engineers, if they are struggling to make AI work, you are not behind. They are figuring it out too. The giants are struggling just like you are. The difference is you can learn faster. You can adapt quicker. You don't got shareholders in billion-dollar bets. The Oracle certification, you can get it. Salesforce can't even make their AI work right. That's the lesson. 3 Business Insider articles this morning. Lindsay, ex-Amazon recruiter, toughest market ever, but gave you 3 steps. Army, validating influencer model. We told you guys first. Salesforce, billions invested. Failing. Even giants are struggling. Now I want to show you proof that preparation works anyway. I want to talk about Marcus Thompson. How on Thursday he crushed his round 2 at Bank of America. Yesterday, he advanced to round 3, scheduled for a meeting with the VP 9 days away. And it's because he didn't, he did exactly what Lindsay said. 7-figure impact, preparation, showing up ready. I want to show you guys how. I want you guys to stay with me on this segment, okay? Marcus Thompson. Oh boy, Marcus, man. Proud of this man. 41 years old, Charlotte, North Carolina. 3 months unemployed, got laid off in July. Week 2 of this show, he took action. 4 steps. Record a pitch, start a certification, research companies, and message people. Week 3, Monday, recruiter called, advanced to round 2. That was 2 weeks ago. Thursday, October the 13th, 10 a.m. Eastern. Round 2 interview, Bank of America. Not the recruiter this time, the hiring manager, the person who was Marcus' boss. And I mean, sorry, Thursday the 30th. It wasn't the 13th, it's the 30th. Video call using Zoom with his manager. The call was initially scheduled for 30 minutes, he said. That's what the recruiter said it was going to be. But the call was scheduled for 45 minutes, so he had to adjust. He had to be flexible, and he had to adapt. And here's what was important. In that call, he said, they were all behavioral questions, not any sort of technical questions. No explain this financial concept, no case studies. Just tell me about your experience. Behavioral questions. When I talked to him on yesterday, I was on the phone, but I was excited about what had transpired and what he was telling me and so forth, because we finally got a chance to catch up. We were supposed to catch up over the weekend, but we caught up on yesterday. Busy times for both of us. But one of the things that he says, one of the questions that was asked of him was, tell me about a time that you had influence along those lines, right? Tell me about a time you had to influence people with authority or something along those lines, right? So when I hear questions like this, because I've asked a question and I've seen it, right? It's a translation that means you wasn't the boss, but you had to get people to do something. How'd you do it? How'd you go about influencing people who were the bosses to do something? How'd you pitch them is basically what she was asking. That was one of the questions. His second question was something along the lines of, describe a situation where you had to pivot your strategy and pivot it quickly. So the original plan didn't work and you had to change fast. What happened? And he had to give an example of that as well, too. Real life stories. And I thought about that one myself, because before January of this year, I was going through the same process that he was going through, right? Looking to get into an AI company. The third question that he was asked was, give me an example of how you use data to drive decisions. Now, he used that story for the previous question, right? How did you pivot fast? Well, he had data to show that it wasn't working. So he pivoted fast. But one of the things that I want to tell you guys is that when you're getting a lot of these questions in these interviews, if you prepare for it, although you have a story for one question, you can sort of start to maneuver it together and sync them together, especially when you're sharp and you know the answers to each one of the questions. You may be talking about a story here and you can pivot that story to answer another question that you had planned for another question. And that's what Marcus was basically doing. Okay. He also got asked, what would you do if you were to start today? And he busted out with his 30, 60, 90-day plan. She was impressed. She was impressed. Not making shit up on the spot. He practiced over and over and over. He used the STAR format, the situation, the task, the action, result. On that data question, I forgot to say this. On the data question, he said Oracle came up because he used it. Marcus told a story about a project from his last job, had to analyze customer data, how he had to make some recommendations using data. Naturally mentioned, and now I'm upskilling in cloud and AI and just completed the Oracle AI Foundation certification. Why AI? Marcus was ready for that one too, because he's practiced it. And he talked about Bank of America's philosophy on AI. Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. I was very impressed when he was telling me his story. I got so hyped. I get so hyped, man. Many of you guys have been in coaching calls with me and whatnot, right? And I get so pumped when I hear people's success. And I was so pumped to hear about Marcus's success. I was with my son. We were finishing baseball practice. I gave him one-on-one training. And, I got a chance to talk to him. And it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But to hit AI and talk about their philosophy, it shows that he was prepared. That's when, the conversation continued to go. Marcus knew that he had it. It wasn't just about Oracle. It wasn't about any of those other questions. It really was about alignment, showing that he understands the company's values, showing that he was the man for the job. The interview was supposed to be 45 minutes. It actually turned into over an hour. And that's a really good sign. The hiring manager was engaged, he said, asking all kinds of follow-up questions, talking about the Carolina Panthers, who just beat the Green Bay Packers, right? Even talking about Cincinnati, all that sort of stuff, right? Monday afternoon, yesterday, Marcus's phone rang. Recruiter. The team really liked you. They want to move forward. Round 3, Thursday, November the 19th, 9 days from now. Not virtual this time. This is in person at the Bank of America office. They're bringing him in to meet in person. That's a very good sign. He's meeting the VP and the hiring manager at the same time. Final round territory, guys. Round 1, they like the resume. Move you forward. Round 2, they validate your skills. Like what they heard. Round 3, culture fit, executive approval. Do we start this person on our team? That's all round 3 is about. If they're bringing you in in person, they like you. They like what they heard, put like that. Now you got to show up. You got to look the part. You got to make sure that they like you. You have to make sure that they're comfortable around you. You got to make sure you are comfortable around them. If the VP likes them, an offer is coming, probably within 48 to 72 hours. Timeline, November the 13th. Hopefully the decision by the 15th, 18th, whatever it is. Start date, sometime December, maybe even January. So he's close. He's very, very close. Now, I'll tell you why Marcus advanced. A lot of people don't advance at all, okay? A lot of people don't advance because thousands of people apply to jobs every single day. Thousands. Most of them, especially if they're applying to banking jobs like what he's applying to, most have finance backgrounds. But how many have AI certifications? Marcus differentiated himself. He made himself different from everyone else by talking about AI, by having the certifications, by having all that. It's not just I got banking skills and I got banking experience. Everybody has that. Basically, he's saying I have banking experience and I understand where the industry is going. And here's proof. Oracle AI Foundations, other things that I am doing. That's different. Remember what Lindsay said, the ex-Amazon recruiter. You need 7-figure impact. You need marketing materials. You need to be in a room before others. Marcus did all three. 7-figure impact. His resume showed results from his last job, numbers, data, revenue, marketing materials, LinkedIn, updated with Oracle certifications, easy to find, hidden job market. He didn't just apply code. He engaged, he networked, he showed that he was learning. Day 35, longest shutdown ever. Lindsay says it is the toughest job market ever. Salesforce AI is failing. Marcus is advancing. Why? Because of preparation. He didn't just apply and hope. He prepared. He practiced. He got certified. He showed value. And now, 9 days from now, he's meeting with the VP. Here's the thing about crisis, guys. Crisis doesn't stop people prepared. This week, Marcus is researching the VP on LinkedIn. What's his background? What does he post? What matters to him? His preparation questions to ask. He's looking all that sort of things up. He's looking for good questions to ask. He's looking at how to be engaged. He's looking at how to be interesting. He's refining his 30, 60, 90-day plan because he's going to be having to give this in person. This isn't, I sit over the internet and have the conversation and I can feel comfortable sitting down at a table. No, you have to be comfortable in person, potentially sitting down at a table, potentially eating a brunch or breakfast, whatever it is, a lunch. You have to be ready for it. And you're not going to be behind your computer. You're not going to have the screens off to your side and all this other stuff. You have to be ready. You have to know your shit. Interviews in 9 days. He's preparing now. Real quick, if you want Marcus's exact templates, check out the Patreon. If you want his LinkedIn messages, check out the Patreon. His 30, 60, 90-day plan, I helped him out. He's a coaching client of mine, and I put it all together because I thought it was going to help you guys out as well, too. And I posted it in the Patreon, www.patreon.com/Black Heights. Okay? Join us on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Black Heights. We have people who have made these same transitions. We got Brother Jabron in it. We have Brother Kamal in it. We have Sister in it. We have a whole bunch of people that's part of the Patreon. Check it out. $5.99 a month, less than a coffee. Okay. But that's Marcus. Marcus is proof that preparation works, even in the toughest job market ever, even during day 35 of the shutdown. But he's not the only proof. We talked about the proof last week about all the individuals who got certified. We talked about I got another comment on a video, on a short, the Mad Millionaire. She knows who she is. The Mad Millionaire got certified as well, too. Now we got somebody else who's watching this show right now. Got 4 Oracle certifications in 5 days, last week of October, while working full time. He made a video, 23 minutes long, posted it online. Thanks to this show. Now, let me show you what he did, because if he can do it, you can too. Now, I want you guys to stay with me on this segment, okay? This one right here, it makes me very proud. Because when I started in July, when I was coming up with what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it on a daily basis, I didn't know the impact that it was going to have. But this is the reason why I do this show. Okay? This is the reason why I do this show. I'm going to play a video for you guys. And I want you guys to listen, and I'll narrate it because it's a longer video. It's 23 minutes long, and obviously we're not going to be able to get through the entire video. But I want to introduce you to Mr. Michael Gaultier. He's a daily watcher of this show. He linked in me this morning. Well, he linked in me last night. I got it this morning. Okay. I got it when I was on a treadmill. I saw it this morning. And he said, Antoine, I made this video about my certification. So I watched it. And I watched all 23 minutes of it. Okay. I want to show you guys.
Hello, how's it going? So recently, I had an opportunity to do some certifications. Some may know and some may not. Oracle ran a promotion from July through October where you could get free training and free certification through Oracle University.
And guys, Michael is a very smart man, has a great background, great foundation. I have to play back a little bit faster so that we can get through parts of the video. But I just want you guys to really see that it doesn't take a lot to make content and to put it out there so that you can find people, people can find you, and people can learn a lot about you. This video tells me a lot about Mr. Michael. I can tell you that. Let us continue.
And I didn't know about it. So some months ago, I had applied for a job with Oracle. Early in 2025, I applied for a job with Oracle and I didn't get the job, but it put me in their database. And so I had started getting emails from Oracle about new job opportunities and new things that are going on with Oracle. And over time, you see these emails so often that you start to just tune them out. And I didn't unsubscribe from those emails, but they would come into my inbox about once a month. So it just so happened I got an email from Oracle in late September, and I vaguely saw the first few lines that said race to certification.
Race to certification, right? I applied to Oracle. You know, Oracle sends a whole bunch of stuff about what's going on, new jobs, all sorts of stuff. You guys know the deal. Race to certification. Okay. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Let me see if I can make sure that I get the parts that you guys need to hear.
Okay. This was an opportunity to get free certifications. And I was like, you know, that's pretty awesome. But that's not what I knew or what I thought at the time. So I watched this YouTube channel, Elevate to the Unknown. And it's hosted by a gentleman named Antoine Wade.
That's me. That's me, guys.
He's some kind of executive. I guess he's a sales executive. Anyway.
Smart man, Michael. I like you. You're a smart man. You can pick up the clues very fast.
Elevate to the Unknown. Antoine Wade hosts a daily morning show. The topic of the show is about success. It's about leveling up, hence the name of the channel, Elevate to the Unknown. So he's talking a lot about layoffs. He's talking about industry changes. He's talking about things that are going on in the world. And while he's doing that, he's also showcasing people that have bucked the trends, people that have gotten job offers, people that, despite everything that's going on with companies laying off people and huge, shredding of payrolls and all this stuff that's going on, that there are people that are succeeding despite that. They're either starting companies, they are going out and they are promoting themselves, they're taking advantage of the positions that they have in corporate. There's one lady, I think she was from Germany. She became a social media manager, I believe, for Deloitte. And long story short, she became so successful in that position that she was able to spin that off into her own company.
We talked about that. Guess what Johnny Vargas is doing for the military right now? Same sort of thing. Using their power, their leverage, their skills outside of their job to make some additional money, multiple income streams. My man Michael going to be doing some numbers pretty soon. Great video, Michael. I like it. This is a fantastic video, Michael. I watched the entire thing. You captured my attention. Michael Gutierrez, a daily watcher of the show, linked in with me this morning. And he said, Antoine made this video about my certification process. And I'm not going to show it all, but I watched it all. And I watched all 23 minutes of it. And Michael is an IT professional, 20 years of experience, so he knows his stuff. Early 2025, he applied for a job at Oracle. He didn't get it, but got put on Oracle's email list. Started getting emails, race to certification, free training, free certifications. He ignored them. Late September, another email came, race to certification, free Oracle certifications ends October 31st. Deleted it, too busy. But then he found our show, Elevate to the Unknown. Started watching about a month and a half ago. Heard me talking about the opportunities, heard me talking about Oracle. Every day, I'm mentioning Oracle certifications. Every day, he's watching, thinking, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. But a lot of times, this is what people say. And this is what Michael said initially. I don't have time. I'm too busy. October passes, still ignoring it. October the 26th, Sunday, 5 days before the deadline. October the 31st, midnight. Something clicked in Michael's brain. Smart man, right? He said, you know what? I got 20 years of IT experience. Surely I can do something with this. I'm going to do it. 5 days to study, to pass exams, to get certified for free. The problem, he's working full time. Can't take off work. So his strategy was, instead of using a laptop, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, he was going to use his tablet in his bed. He figured out his strategy. No laptops because I got to sit up and I don't want to sit up at a desk and so forth. So I'm going to use my laptop. Every night after work, he lay down with his tablet, watch the courses, study to 2 a.m., 3 a.m., still going, tablet in bed, taking notes. Oracle courses. Some are 6 hours, some are 12 hours, some are 23 hours. He wanted the big one, the OCI architect, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Architect. 23 hours of content, 5 days till deadline. Working full time, can't do it, not enough time. So he pivoted and he made a smart move. He took about a third of the architect course, the hardest parts, the most in-depth sections. Then he applied those concepts to other certifications, made the other exams easier because he understood the foundations. October the 26th to October the 31st, 5 days, he got 4 certifications. Type 4 if that's impressive. Type it in the chat. He got the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Foundation, the basic cloud computing, how it works, security networking. He got the Oracle Data Platform, the databases. He had experience from 2001 to 2009 with Oracle databases. This updated his skills to the 2025 version. He got the Oracle AI Foundations, AI from Oracle's perspective, machine learning, neural networks, how AI actually works. I want you guys to watch this video. Go to Mark Gutierrez's channel, hit the subscribe button, because here's the thing. This guy really can explain concepts very simply. I don't even know that's a word, but it's very simple. Smart man. He also got the Oracle Vector Search Professional. This is one that he's most proud of, the vector databases, how AI stores and retrieves information, that advanced stuff. He was talking about this stuff, man. I was listening to it. Vector. I was like, you know what? He was even explaining what a vector is. How in their databases, if you use a certain type of variable, you won't get you will get fast results, but you may not get accurate results. He went into all the details. All the technical stuff if you want to know the technical stuff, but all the high level stuff if you want to know how the high level stuff. He's gifted in his way to articulate himself in the message. 4 certifications, 5 days while working full time, staying up to 3 a.m. in the morning. And he wasn't even sure that he'd pass. He said that in the video. I didn't know if I was going to pass these exams when I took them, but he passed all 4. Now, here's the part that matters to me. He made a 23-minute video, posted it online, explaining his whole journey. And in that video, he said this: I watched Antoine Wade's show, Elevate to the Unknown. He kept talking about the Oracle certifications every day, week after week. I finally decided to do it. He thanked the show by name. He posted my information and the links in the comments. Said I'm the reason that he took action. This is why I do this every morning, 7 a.m., 5 days a week, because nobody is out there doing what I'm doing. But there is somebody out there watching, thinking, maybe I should do something. And then they do it. And then they succeed. And then their life changes. 4 Oracle certifications, that opens doors. That gets interviews. That increases salary. And he did it because he watched the show, heard about the opportunity, took action. He's already planning for 2026. In his video, he said, I hope Oracle runs this promotion again next year. If they do, I'm starting early. Not the last week. I'm getting OCI Architect. I'm getting fully cloud certified. He learned the lesson. He acted early. Don't wait to the last minute. He said this: pay attention to the opportunities. Act early. Imagine if he started in July instead of October the 26th. Marcus, he prepared. He advanced to round 3. This viewer, Mr. Michael Gutierrez, watching this show, they both succeeded. My girl, who's watching this show, became an AI product manager. All 3 succeeded. You are next. Marcus is advancing. Michael certified. My girl, I want to say her name, but I don't want to say her name. They all prepared during the crisis. Now, let me show you guys what you can do this week, because there's opportunity that's available right now. This week, free training, job fairs, real chances. Let me show you what's open. I want you guys to stay with me on this segment, okay? What can you do this week? Right now, real opportunities, not someday. I want you guys to do it this week. It's already Tuesday. Free. Okay, we're going to start there first. Mark Cuban has an AI boot camp. You guys know Mark Cuban. He used to own the Dallas Mavericks. This Friday, November the 8th, 3 days from now. Free 24 hours of AI training, hands-on, not just lectures. Multiple Texas cities, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas. If you are in Texas or near Texas, you should go. Mark Cuban, he's a billionaire. He's putting his money behind this, teaching regular people AI. 20 hours free this Friday. Okay? You got the Arkansas Google partnership announced on yesterday. Arkansas residents, free Google career certificates, data analytics, project management, UX design, IT support, completely free. You live in Arkansas. Similar programs in Oklahoma, Tennessee, Maryland, and North Carolina. Check your state, see if they partnered with Google. Those certifications could be free. We talked about the Oracle promotion, the race of certifications. Michael talked about it. The promotion ended on October the 31st, Halloween. But regular Oracle certifications are still available, just not free, but they are valuable. Google Cloud, they have quarterly cohorts. Next one starts in January. IBM have Skills Build. It is free. It is ongoing. It is AI fundamentals. It is cloud basics, and it is cybersecurity. Cisco, they have networking. They have a networking academy, and they give discounts for students and for career changers. Salesforce, they have Trailhead. It's free through December the 31st. Despite their AI failing, they are still training, and their training is still good. Certifications are still available. Some are free, some are discounted, all valuable. This is the content that I create on my channel that YouTube strikes it sometimes. Not sure why. Day 34. Sorry, day 35. Longest shutdown ever. 900,000 not getting paid. 42 million getting half food stamps. 60 something or 16,000. It was 16,000. That's what it was. 16,000 flights delayed. Lindsay, she says it's the toughest job market ever. Salesforce is failing. So even giants are struggling. But here's the thing. Mark Cuban, here's a boot camp on Friday. There's job fairs tomorrow. There's another one on November the 13th. There's free certification still available. So the crisis is real, but opportunities are real. Both are happening at the same time. Marcus is advancing. My man Michael, he got certified. My girl, she got a new job. They're taking action, and they're taking action during the crisis. And you can too. But that's what's available this week. Real opportunities, real dates, real locations. Now, I know I've been going on for a very long time today because I've been watching and putting videos in this show and all sorts of things. But I want to wrap up. And I want to bring it all together to show you both realities. Okay? Give me 3 minutes. We're going to finish strong. I want to bring it all together. Here's the reality number one. There's a crisis that's going on. Day 35, the longest government shutdown, or the tie of the longest government shutdown in history. The record will be broken tomorrow. You got 900,000 people who are furloughed, sitting at home, no pay. You got 2 million people working, no pay. TSA, air traffic control, border patrol, Coast Guards. You got 42 million Americans getting half their food stamps, not full, half. You got judges forcing it. That's probably going to take weeks. So they're standing in food bank lines and shivering out there in the cold. You got 16,000 flight delays. You got 1 weekend. You got ground stops. You have 3-hour TSA lines. You have the system breaking at this point. You have Lindsay Mustang, an ex-Amazon recruiter, says it's the toughest job market that she's ever seen. You got Salesforce, who's betting billions on AI, but is still failing. Less than 2% adoption. Stock down 20% this year. That's reality, number one. Reality number two is this. The opportunity. You got Marcus Thompson, 41, Charlotte, 3 months unemployed, prepared, got certified, practiced, crushed round 2. Yesterday, advanced to round 3, meeting with the VP, November the 13th, 9 days away. You got Michael, who made this video that I showed you guys. Watching this show, got 4 Oracle certifications, 5 days while working full time. Thank this show publicly. You got the Army validating influencer models. You got Business Insider that published the article this morning. We told you first on yesterday. You got Mark Cuban with the AI boot camp. You got this Friday. You got free. You got free certifications still available. Google, IBM, Cisco, Salesforce. That's reality number 2. Both real, both happening same time, November the 4th, 2025. You choose which side you're going to be on. Tomorrow is Wednesday, November the 5th, week 5, day 1, or week 5, day 3. It's going to be the, day 36 update? Did the Senate vote? Did talks progress? More Marcus prep content? 8 days to his VP meeting? More opportunities, more proof, more action. 7 a.m. Central. Be here. But real quick, if today helped you, if day 34 or day 35, if this breakdown today made it clear what's happening, make sure you hit like on this video. If Lindsay's 3 steps or her plan that she gave us helped you, hit like on the video. If Marcus' story inspired you, hit like on the video. If Michael's making this video inspired you, hit like on the video. If you are new to the channel and haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the Daily Climb. If you are a coffee drinker, go to the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel, buy a coffee mug. Every weekday morning, we are here at 7 a.m. Central. Position yourself before the panic. We don't just read headlines. We show you what's working, and we show you what's not, and we show you what you can do. Tomorrow morning, we're on day 36, Marcus Prep. More opportunities will be there. And if you want some deep stuff, the templates, the step-by-step guides, check out our Patreon, www.patreon.com/Black Heights. Marcus' exact 30, 60, 90-day plan is in there. Okay. Join us on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Black Heights. One more time, hit the like button, subscribe button if you are new here. Share this with somebody who needs it. Somebody's job searching. Somebody who thinks they're stuck. Somebody who doesn't know what the opportunities are. Some people have a limited mind. Some people are afraid. Some people are in real crisis. When you got people who are advancing. Both realities are real. You choose which one you live in. This is the Daily Climb, guys. I'm Antoine Wade from Elevate to the Unknown in the Wade Report in nextgenheights.com. Day 35, the tide for the longest shutdown ever. 900,000 people, no pay. 42 million people getting half the food that they typically get. They're going to be skinny. Ozempic's really going to be in place now. The real one. 16,000 flights delayed. People saying this is the toughest job market ever, and many of you guys experiencing that. Market's advancing. Michael's getting certified. My girl has a new job. Two realities, both happening right now. The question is, what are you going to do? That's the question. What are you going to do? Tomorrow's day 36, Wednesday morning. I want you guys to keep climbing. Keep climbing. The views get better at the top. I appreciate you guys. SS, quote 3. Good to see you. That's sister. You got a whole bunch of names, sister. The Life of Cam's in the house. I appreciate you, my man. Ant Dog, good to see you. Big Suggs in the house. Good to see you. Jason, good to see you. I appreciate you, each and every one of you guys. Topaz in the house. Andre Oliver in the house, man. Good to see you, my man. MJ Cannabis, good to see you. My man Eddie is calling me right now. I need to jump off. Kristen Emerson, good to see you, my man. Wendy, good to see you as well. Guys, we will see you on tomorrow, bright and early. Go out there and crush your day. Take care now. Bye-bye.